Welcome back to Factorio, Seablock and TSM, episode number 150. I've come over here, well, I haven't actually come over here, I'm just in map view, but we have now moved on to the next science pack, the next science research rather, space science. Literally I was correct the first time as well, in that it's a new science pack for us to look at, but we need yellow science, and we have none, or rather we have a very, very tiny amount. I think there was some coming through here, maybe? There. We have a very tiny amount, and it's because we are simply not getting... it's actually blue circuits here. We're not getting enough of the processing units, and that can be traced back to red, which is red circuits, and red circuits can be traced back to the acetone gas, which I think we mentioned at a previous time, because this is all banked up and we're not, because of that, getting wood coming through. It would probably work okay because we have an alternate supply of the plastic if I didn't worry about the acetone here so much and just provided more of a wood supply here. So that's a possibility, just to get our red circuits happening. But we're really more concerned about what we're doing out here. We've had a carbon train has come and gone. If we have a quick look over in our storage, you can see we have a full carbon train. Now I know one of these processes actually wants carbon. I can't remember which one specifically. It's probably tin. One of these processes preferred carbon. I think it's this one. It needs carbon. And if it gets carbon, then it's more efficient at processing, which may be something we need to look at. Anyway, all that by and by. Aluminium is what we're after. We seem to have run out here as well. We've run out of... we have run out of something. What is it that we are needing for this process to continue? We have nitrogen. Okay, it's the salt. So we've probably run out of the water again. Yeah, saline water. Saline water. Saline water. Empty saline water. Where's the location exactly? This must be it. Empty saline water, yes. Are we not getting any calls for saline water? You have nothing? What about the new one that we built over here? Have we completely drained it as well? That is not it. It was up here, wasn't it? Here? Yes, saline water, nothing. Nothing. We've completely drained the saline water out of this one. We could potentially do the same thing down here, and in fact probably should do, because we have a ton of saline water. Well, we don't actually have a ton. Why are you so... Oh, you're being used already. You are already being used. How are you getting used? I'm a little bit confused, but we do have a full tank of saline water right here. I don't actually want to go down that trip just at the moment. We have some... we obviously need to fill out more saline water. It appears to be in high demand in many places, so that's something we need to fill out. I'm not going to worry about it right at the moment. I'm instead going to come down here and look at putting in place our aluminium. Now this is moving to the west, so the usual east won't work. We'll have to use one of these. So I'll take a copy of this one. Something like so. Oh, this lake here is probably causing an issue. Where is our warehouses? Okay, that gives us a unloading station. Now, aluminium. So it's alumina and carbon. Carbon we've just built up above, so that part is fine. The alumina, we basically want to go down this path where we go into sodium aluminate, and we're going to need carbon dioxide as well. But sodium aluminate is basically the aluminium pellets and the sodium carbonate that we're producing just above. So we're going to be starting off basically going processed aluminium at the rate of 1 a second, and 1.5 a second makes 2 pellets, so it's actually 3 of these. It's like the green circuits recipe. 3 of these go into 2 of these, rather than the 2 to 1 that I think that's actually the case everywhere, and I'm just doing the formula all wrong. But is it worth worrying about is the real question. We would need 3 going into 2, which I could do. Maybe I should try and do it properly. So we'd get something like, come over here, so we have a bit of room. Do you go there or do you go 1 down? I don't know. It's basically this sort of arrangement. We have some of these, don't we? So something like that. A little bit like green circuits in vanilla. And then you can probably carry on. If we had one of these, not one of those, one of these in the middle of that, that would power the whole thing, so that's good. And then we just want to copy this a few times. 1. Oops. How many of these do I want? I have no idea. Let's start with that. So if these were aluminium, and that's aluminium pellet, we now need to make the sodium aluminate, which wants chemical furnaces. Now, how many of these do we need per pellet machine is really the question. We're getting 2 pellets a second and 2 pellets a second. So that's 12. So it's basically 1.5 pellet machines per a chemical furnace. 1.5. Okay. That does not sound like it's ideal numbers for what we're trying to do, but let's just see if we can make that work. Pellet machines or chemical furnace, all right. 1.5 would be there. There and there, I guess. So that you could have actually that one would need to go there. And we have an extra space here because that's how it works. Okay. That seems to be okay. Except that we have these extra feeds, right? We need sodium carbonate and we need charcoal coming into each of these machines. Right, that will probably, if we're going to direct feed this in, that would probably mean we'd need a belt coming down here. Yeah. Let's start off with removing all of those because they may be incorrect. Making a copy of that one. Okay, I'm going to have to make another one of these. To get it all balanced. And so that will give us our sodium aluminate. And then we need to add in, this is a blast furnace now. We're getting 3 a second per machine, 3 a second. And we need, so 2 of these go to 1, right? Okay, that's nice. If we go into blast furnaces, 2 go into 1. Sorry, what did we need in the blast furnace? Okay. This is interesting. So the sodium carbonate can kind of cycle around. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this yet. Blast furnace. Let's find some blast furnaces. Do you have blast furnaces? You do. Okay. So we could put it there. Sodium hydroxide is a new requirement. I might need... Are we making sodium hydroxide? Where are we making sodium? If we are making... What are we making here? I think it's sodium hydroxide, isn't it? That's the key point of this. Except we need saline water to do it. Alright, for now I don't know how I'm going to get sodium hydroxide in, but given that there is plenty of room on the sides of this to put inserters, we should be able to have like another line that sodium hydroxide could come down on. Sodium hydroxide and fuel, for example. So this would work, potentially. Oh. That gap doesn't seem consistent. No, it's all over the place, isn't it? Because now we have these two right next to each other. Which actually has to be the case. So you're next to... How does this... I see. I don't think that's going to be a problem, though. I might just copy these, not worry about... As long as it's in between pairs of two. It should be fine, right? Okay, so that potentially gives us the alumina and sodium carbonate. And then we have alumina and carbon to get ingots in another blast furnace. So this one we're getting 24 every 4 seconds. And this one we're using 24 every 4 seconds. Okay, so another blast furnace. Potentially with another line coming down in between. Which again, we probably don't actually need to leave space for. And then, I think, yeah, these are blast furnaces. And those blast furnaces are going to give us ingots. Right. So then, I mean, I could have it come straight down again. Probably no good reason why not. Those ingots are the ones that we can separate out into sending some up because from ingots yeah, we're not going to break it down like this. Or use aluminium and molten titanium. I think this is what we... No, we want this one, manganese. That's right, we want to have manganese. So we've got quite a few things coming in here. That will give us, like... one induction furnace and 6 casting machines. So that should be quite efficient. Oops. But only equivalent to the number of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can only do that for 6. I think we have a copy in iron plate of this sort of setup, which is this. And the induction furnace. Does the induction furnace need fuel? I am not sure. Shall I take a copy of... It's only got a red. I'm not sure if red's really what we want. But I think this is the sort of thing that I want. Could put that all the way up there. Doesn't really work. Having spacing, they're not direct inserting from here, but it may not be terrible to do it this way. So that's more or less what we're after. Now, what are you? How many bots have you got? You got 150. Why don't we put them to work? Turn these guys off. You're Eastbourne. There you go. Eastbourne's just auto added anyway. What's in this one? Maybe this one is ordering some, but Eastbourne... Oh, just recalculated for no good reason. Eastbourne is ordering all this stuff, which is good. Let's get all that brought in. And we have a little bit of working out how we're supplying all this stuff. Still to do. So, if we go back to the beginning, processed aluminium is just aluminium ore. Okay, let's start with that. Oh, let's turn these into what they actually are. That was good timing, bots. And the pellets, the aluminium pellets. So you're the main event, and you're the aluminium, and I need no more belts. You I don't need. I'm not sure about you. There, that should sort out aluminium. A requester station would help. Good, we can make a requester station. I'm going to need a few things here. Oh, bots. Wang Coffin 01, okay. Let's get a couple of those and a couple of these. Okay, the first one will be aluminum or aluminium, depending on where you come from. Ore, and this will be trains on the way less than P. We want that guy, he's coming already. And you need to change to aluminum. So that should get us up to these. Okay, so pellets went to sodium aluminate. That's what should be in here. And you need sodium carbonate and charcoal. Right. Which means that we need a charcoal train. And we're probably going to go through the charcoal fairly quickly, I suspect. Oh, wow. Build job complete. Okay. Oh, we have no power through all of this. Okay, let's sort out some power. That's the first couple of steps. Sodium carbonate and charcoal. So I think, oh yes, I do have some of those. I think what I want to do is maybe do something like that. Make some space in that belt. We won't have enough sodium carbonate here for a train yet. 3.4k, no. It's not nearly enough, really. What we could do is deliver, like, make the train's capacity a quarter of what it should be, since we have this saline water issue up here. And I think that, well, at the very least, I think we're going to want this to be red. Yeah. So we want at least 2 more products in here. We definitely want the carbon to the charcoal to turn up, right? Because we need charcoal and sodium carbonate. So Q. Less than Q, then give us the charcoal train. Then what I might do is get a train for our good friend here that I've just mentioned, the sodium carbonate. Get a train for that. Has it ordered? Yes, it has. Good. Get a train for that, refill some of our belts and so on, because we need a few more. And we will keep work on this aluminium process. Space science, yes, I was talking about space science because we have no yellow. I think what I was going to do is do one that we can complete, like so, and then redo the space science and the other thing that needed yellow. Because we'll make a bit more progress on that. That's why I mentioned that. I forgot all about it. Just get a chance to look up here and remember things when I am just running running back and forth. I mean, I could have told the outpost builder to send me some stuff, I suppose, but we do need to build trains, and I don't have train building automated anywhere here at the moment, so let's grab some of those. One. What are we missing? We're missing steel. We're probably missing green circuits as well. 2 and 2. Yeah. How many green circuits do I have now? 141. I should try and get some of our very rare red circuits, just so I have some on hand. Let's go and do the sodium carbonate train. Again, it should probably be based over here, but I haven't built another area for it. I think probably after we've done aluminium, I'm going to extend this one more row, and we're going to look at adding some more, possibly some more mineral sludge. I don't know if that's an issue. Let's put that on and check mineral sludge. They haven't been waiting long, but there is some demand, unsatisfied demand, so yeah, it's not surprising that it's starting to be a bit of an issue, perhaps. Good, I've got some of these. Why am I carrying these things? You can probably go away. You can probably go away. Go away. Go away. Right, so I want some supplier stops. That means I'm low on iron. No, it doesn't this time. It probably means green circuits. No, steel. There you go. We really did need some steel. 2 supplier stops. And let's do this thing. You're using up as much as you can. Oh. I do have a bit of stone on me, so I should probably try and use a bit of that up. Train. Here we go. I should probably try and get these blast furnaces to use this fuel. Be a lot more efficient for them. There we go. Now, we will need you to come over here. Oh, that's cobalt oxide. That's not the one. Okay, so the product is sodium carbonate. Solid sodium carbonate. Okay. Solid sodium carbonate. You can be color equals green, empty, item equals solid sodium carbonate, and color. Perfect. And you can be supply. And of course it throws away the color, so we'll have to put that tag back. Okay, add that one until circuit condition, and then add that one until circuit condition. Excellent. Oh. That might still be too much. I'll just have to check that. So I guess where this runs out, I should probably grab my stone. Just use a little bit more up. In a somewhat constructive manner. Why do you guys exist? So if we come up to the carbon now, we should be able to load up a train. The only problem is we actually need 4,000 and we've only got 3.4. So that's awkward, but to test this out, we're going to have to make do. Where was it? Sodium carbonate. There it is. Sodium carbonate, empty train. Load until... No, not full. Let's load until you've got 3,000. Forget inactivity. And we can select empty sodium carbonate, and that should do. And yet another one, sodium carbonate. This one is simply empty, and the sodium carbonate supply. So we have those now, so this will be sodium carbonate is not less than, is greater than or equal to, for now, 3,000. Output Q. And if trains on the way is less than Q, then call the sodium carbonate empty train. We have a queue. Why did that not work? Possibly because something. Let's just have a look at that train. Empty sodium carbonate. We have a train at empty sodium carbonate. We have a queue. Trains on the way is less than Q. Green wire. Trains on the way is less than Q. Then we should be calling this. Why are you not doing that? We have Q. Just a new. We don't have any signals there. Okay, I'm confused. Just a new. Empty, full. Empty, 452. 452 is there. I don't understand why you're not working. We were probably missing another lamp. Raven Hex now. Alright. So we're just missing wiring. Okay. So that will bring us the ability to get the sodium carbonate. So down here, we need some more. Let's make sure we wire this one up properly. Okay, you are, if sodium carbonate is less than, say, 1000, set R, and then you will be, if trains on the way is less than R, call sodium carbonate sodium carbonate. Which is on its way. Now, I know we're also going to need carbon, and potentially sodium hydroxide. I don't quite know where I'm going to get sodium hydroxide. I may have to set up a sodium hydroxide making facility. Oh, but that needs that, doesn't it? Let me just have a look. What ways are there of making sodium hydroxide? None of those really work all that well. Forcing us back to this saline water, or what? Oh, sodium. Where would we get sodium from? Salt, which we don't have. Great. Okay. I think we may need to do some of these salination plants and make some sodium hydroxide. Okay, what is required for that? I don't have the stuff that I need, of course. What? What did I put in here? Oh, good grief. You guys are supposed to set filters, but you don't have anything to set them on. So we just delivered carbon instead of what you were supposed to. Because that's supposed to go to there. That's awkward. Okay, so we have a little bit of carbon in here now. No, charcoal. Or is the carbon above it? No. That says we have some carbon, just not very much. Oh, there it is, 11. That must have just been what was sitting in the arms. I think I want at least alumina, carbon, and maybe we try and make our own sodium hydroxide. Which would be something like oh, we don't have enough for you either. It's the one thing we're not making anywhere near here. How are we doing for time? 46 minutes. I think this, unless I go for a long episode, and I can't really, I'm going to have to go for a short episode. We're going to have a part 2 of this aluminium. So I think we're just going to have to take that as a given. Let's run back down and grab what we can for the moment. So we finally ran out of these boards. Let's grab a few of those. Can build one of those now. We have electrolyzers. That means we're going to be flaming off more materials. Which we can't do because we're missing stone brick. Well, that kind of was the point of burning off some stone brick, I guess. Yeah, I've got 4 of them now. Yeah, what I might do is I think I'll call this episode here, and we'll do part 2 because I think there's actually quite a little bit of time remaining to finish this. So part 2 in the next episode. Let's just see if we finally have. We do. So this train will now finally deliver what we wanted over here. Yeah, we'll sort that out in the next episode. Thanks for joining me for this. Look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye for now. No, I'll be delivering here.